Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Wabasha and welcome to the Slay Squad. Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. This is a much requested video. I get so many requests in my DM to talk about this, and the video is how to start an online business. This is going to be very basic and entry level. Like, this is the video you need to just start. My online business, we're going to be turning 2 years old in a couple of months, so I feel like I've not really gotten the ropes. So this video is not exactly to teach you how to run a successful business. It's just teaching you how to, take that leap and start, and chase your dreams. So let's get on straight to the video. So of course, first things first, you need to figure out what you're going to sell and how you're going to sell it. And this is where creating a business plan and strategies make sense. Now, from personal experience, I'm going to tell you that this is a very important step because I personally skipped it. I didn't skip the what to sell, but I skipped the whole strategies and just creating a plan with my business. So I feel like the first year of my business, I'm one of those people who, when I have an idea and I want to do something, I just jump. I jump and I grow wings on the way down. This is not one of those things that I should have necessarily just jumped into. I think I should have taken time to do strategy, because now I feel like now that I'm in my second year of business, I'm having to go back and strategize and look at how things are going to be planned out. So now imagine if you did this in the beginning, then you have a higher chance of success rate. I feel like penny God too. So yeah, something that I would recommend, because like I said, it's something that I've had to go back and get into right now, is a class that I took on Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives, and it's personally for me my go-to platform anytime that I feel like I need to learn something new. So I actually did this class last year in December as I was planning my 2022, and as I had my moment of realization for, oh my god, there is so much I have not done yet that I need to do before I can continue planning my business. And the class that I did, I usually take all my Skillshare classes on my phone. The class I did is How to Write a Professional Business Plan by Shane Cluter. I have no idea how to pronounce the name, but it's by Shane, and I will have it linked down below in the description box. And one of my favorite things was the class that we went in and basically described our what's the name for it? Our target market, basically our customer. That's the word I was looking for, our customer. How does a customer look like? Where do they go to school? Do they go to school? If they are working, are they on their third job? Are they on their second job? How much do they have to spend? Because I feel like in the beginning for me, I was really focused on trying to offer affordable goods for everyone, until I discovered that my target person for Bosch Jeep specifically cares a bit more about quality. So the price has to go up a bit higher. It's not like if you're targeting a university student, they might forgo quality to get something at a more affordable price. But the person I am targeting is like, around their second job, worries a bit more about quality. So that's something that I learned from that class, and at least it helped me be able to get goods that are of higher quality, and so now I'm attracting the customer that I am targeting. So yeah, do not skip the business plan. So this particular class that I'm actually talking about is on Skillshare Premium, but why not? Because the link that I have down below in the description bar will allow the first 1,000 people to try out Skillshare Premium for free. Number 2, now that we have our what and how, you need a name for your business. Be creative with it, pick something unique, something that goes with the brand and everything that you've thought of, and then you need to go to eCitizen and do a name search. So you've thought of a couple of names, think of I think you need to enter about 4 different names so that you can have substitutes. And then once you're on eCitizen, you do the name search. The name search costs 150 Kenyan shillings. Then I think it takes I'm not sure how long it takes. It shouldn't take that long. I think maybe about 3 or 5 business days for you to get an email that will tell you this is the name that we've accepted for you. Then after that, you have 30 days to go and register your business name. So they'll hold it for you in place for 30 days, and then what you need to do within those 30 days is go back to eCitizen and register your business name, and that costs 850 Kenyan shillings. I think it's really important to do all these registration processes because for some things, like for example, if you want to get involved with payment processors, they will require the legal documents. So you can't skip legal document process if you want to start your online business. Unless you're doing just Instagram, then I don't think it matters as much. So now you have your name on lock. Now you need to register your business. So you can decide on whether you want a limited liability company or a sole proprietorship. I'll leave links down below in the description bar for a lot of things like research. I'm basically doing the research for you. All you'll have to do is go ahead and click there to see differences between the two, benefits of the two, links to where to go if you want to register your business, to do a name search. I will leave everything in the description box. What I'd recommend is doing a really deep dive, you know, between sole proprietorship and a limited liability company. Know the differences, know the advantages, know the disadvantages, because a lot of people rush to go and register a company not knowing costs that are there down the line. So make sure that you are aware of all of this, because even for example, just initial cost, I think registering as a sole proprietorship is around 1,000 shillings. I could be wrong, but I think it's about 1,000 shillings, and for an LLC is about 10,000 shillings. So you see there's a cost difference right there. Also, if you're starting the business with someone else, now that wouldn't be a sole proprietorship, but be careful on how you're writing like your clauses, because if you guys go ahead and split, you know, that's what you're going to go back and look at. So yeah, what I'd recommend is definitely do a very deep dive. Don't just register a company because you want to be called CEO, and just don't do a sole proprietorship because you don't want to do the work that comes with a company. Definitely do your research. Number 4, like I said, this is like a quick crash course. If you needed the encouragement to start, this is me giving you a place to start. So number 4, you need a selling medium. With the era that we are in, the mediums have increased greatly. You can just sell on Instagram. You could create a website. If you go the route for a website like I did, there is options like hosting on Shopify, which is where I host my Bosch Drip website. Now the good thing about hosting on Shopify is that they have done all the heavy lifting for you. Literally, even the initial cost of starting is not as hefty as if you go and have your own website built for you from scratch. If you do go the Shopify route, I definitely recommend just using the videos that I will have linked and creating your website by yourself. It is very doable, it's very easy. Like Shopify is simplified, extremely simplified, unless of course time value for money, then you can get someone else to do the work for you. Also, when you're doing hosting on different platforms, be sure to check all the costs that they have, because a platform like Shopify can end up being really expensive, especially for beginners. Because for example, I wrote the costs down. We pay $29 per month, and then there is 2% per transaction. So you can imagine this compounds. The bigger your business grows, the more you're giving out to Shopify at the end of every month. So definitely make sure you read all the fine print for everything. Shopify is not the only platform you can host on. You can host even on Wix as well. I'm going to also put because I had done this research, and I settled with Shopify because a lot of the companies locally easily integrate with Shopify. So that's why I went with Shopify personally, but I'll put a link below and you can choose from a number of websites. Then next up is your payment processor. I mean, this varies. If you're only selling on Instagram, then the only thing you probably need is your till number, and here is where your business registration documents come in handy. You see, if you didn't register your business and you don't have documents that you can take to Safaricom and tell them to give you a till number. If you have a website, then watch the two options that I considered were PesaPal and Flutterwave. Flutterwave is definitely more affordable. The percentage that they take is less than PesaPal, but there was a time in the beginning, personally, I had a few issues with Flutterwave and it was down. So you can imagine, you have a new website, the traffic is heavy, and people cannot pay. Like the payment systems are just down completely. I'm sure they fixed it because I talked to another friend of mine who also uses Flutterwave for his business, and theirs didn't get affected. So yeah, definitely look into Flutterwave. Their commission is way less and it makes more sense financially. Currently I'm using PesaPal just because since then I just stuck with them. I know they have a bit of a negative PR because of their customer service, but I've had no complaints with them. So far. They respond to my email, and that's why I have just chosen to stick with them. So now at this point you literally have everything. You have what you're selling, how you're going to sell it, you have registered your business, you know everything legal is in check, you have your payment processor, you have your selling platform, and the last thing you need is branding. Even if it's like a really new small business that's starting up, you're going to need somewhere to put in your packages when you send them out. So then what I personally did is I went on Instagram and just searched packaging, and I searched branding, and the first people that I came up with was E254 packaging. Those guys have really competitive rates. The rates that they offer are good. Where was I? E254 packaging. They have very competitive rates, especially if you're doing bulk orders, really bulk orders. Their rates are competitive. The only thing about them is time. time. It takes, their lead time is a bit too long. They'll promise you 1 week, but your things will be delivered in a month. So I'd recommend them if you don't mind waiting. Biz Branding have been a good option. Their prices are a bit higher, but I have had good communication with them. Their minimum order quantities are also lower, so if you're starting, maybe you don't really want to have 1,000 packing bags, then they're a good option to go with. There's also, I think I had written some of them down. I actually don't have any of them, but what I'd recommend is if you go the route that I did, where you just go on Instagram and search for the businesses, read comments. Like, you will learn a lot in the comment section. Like E254, when you go to the comment section, you'll find a couple of people saying, where is my package? You know, my package is not here yet. So definitely read through comments, look for reviews from people, because they really do count for a lot. There's also wrapping paper, like the wrapping paper with the logo. Recently I found a hack for it, what I normally do for my business, because I needed them last minute, you know, in time for Valentine's, and there was no time for me to start getting samples and stuff, so I decided to do it myself. What I did is I went into Canva, I just copy pasted my logo a bunch of times. The first time you do it, because I did it the first time, it was a bit too big and I had to do it the second time. The first time I did it took me forever. The second time I did it took me like 10 minutes. I already had my paper. Then I went to Textbook Center, I bought I bought tracing paper, and then I just went to the office and I printed them out in black and white, and it came out pretty good, if I do say so myself. So be creative as well. Another idea that I've seen that is very mind-blowing, there's this the brown paper bags, the craft ones, like the ones they put for you chipo mutu in, those ones you can get like that in white as well. And then you go to guys who make stamps, you make the stamp of your logo and you just stamp it at the top, and it looks really beautiful. You can't even tell, you know, it's just someone sitting there with a stamp. So there are very many options, especially if you're starting out, you don't have a lot of capital, then you can explore such options. You can even just do like the woven bags and get the logo put in them. When you're starting out, sometimes you just need to, you know, start, or you'll just keep waiting and the opportunity to start will never come. Then last but not least, we have delivery. Delivery is really a struggle that I have gone through, I have been going through for the longest time, maybe because I also did the same thing whereby I went on Instagram, searched for delivery services, went with the first one I saw. What happened with the first one that I saw, I think they were going through some structural changes, so someday they just called us and said, next month we're not going to be delivering, and you can imagine I'm just like, God, where will I get new people to deliver packages? But yeah, we found the new people who we are currently using now. But still, I think, you know, especially with riders, there's no really way to control riders unless you have your own rider. So what I'd recommend is getting, you know, buying a bike. I can't wait to get to the place where I just have Bosch drip delivery people to do the work, but I know that's not possible. So you can also look into Wells Fargo. The rates are a bit higher for out of Nairobi, but the good thing with them is that they'll do doorstep delivery. Then throughout Nairobi they charge 260 Kenyan shillings, which I think is it's a pretty fair price. And they have, like, you have to sign for your package when you get it electronically, so there is accountability and all of that. So look into Wells Fargo if you are stranded with delivery people. The only thing is, again, if you're watching this, you're probably a new business, might not have a lot of money to start. They do ask for a deposit. It's refundable, but there's a deposit fee, unlike a lot of delivery companies who will just deliver with you without a deposit. That is it for this week's video. I hope if you were stranded and didn't know where to start from, this video, you know, gave you that nudge and now you have some sense of direction. I wish you all the best, and I wish you actually start, because starting, you know, is the most important thing. That's it for this week's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new to this channel, please subscribe down below for new videos every week. Always remember to work hard and have good intentions. Bye! It's a wrap!